While at Louisville, a little blue-eyed, brown-haired, and beardless boy came to our regiment. He was dressed in the uniform of a soldier. He gave a vivid account of 2 unsuccessful attempts to become a drummer boy of a regiment. At the importunity of his mother, and on account of his age and size, he was refused admission into the 19th Indiana at Camp Morton, Indianapolis in 1861, when the members of that regiment were being mustered into the service. But when the 19th left Camp Morton for the front, the little fellow was so eager to try the fortunes of war that he ran away from his mother and followed the regiment for 3 months in Virginia, when he was taken sick with typhoid fever and sent to a hospital in Washington City, D.C. Recovering from the fever, he returned to Indianapolis. The 60th Indiana was then guarding prisoners at the capital of the state. In that regiment, the boy tried to enlist, but the reasons assigned for his rejection by the 19th Regiment disqualified him for admission into the 60th. However, when the 60th left the state for Louisville, the boy, without being mustered, followed it as a cymbal player in the regimental band. Shortly after its arrival in Kentucky, nearly all the members of that regiment were captured at Munfordsville, and those who escaped capture, this boy with them, were returned to Louisville for further orders. It was under these circumstances and at this time that the boy applied for admission into our regiment as a drummer. Captain Bryant's company at that time had no musician. The captain ordered a drum to be brought, and the boy was ordered to take it and try his skill with it. He demonstrated very satisfactorily to the captain that he knew how to beat a drum, and Albert B. Benaway, for that was his real name, was mustered into the service on September 1st, 1862, under the name of Albert Walton, as the musician of C Company of the 75th Regiment. He assumed the name of Al Walton to escape detection by his friends. At the time of muster, his age was 15 years, 7 months, and 7 days, and by actual measurement, his height was 4 feet and 7 inches. He was certainly the smallest member of the regiment. The youngest member was Andrew H. Burke, the drummer of D Company. He was born May 15, 1850, and at the time of his enrollment was a lad of 12 years old, with wavy auburn hair and grayish-blue eyes. On account of his age, he too had difficulty in obtaining muster into the service, but through Major McColl's assistance, the mustering officer, General Carrington, admitted him into the regiment. Audie was the musician who, on an eventful Sunday morning, before daylight at Lebanon, Kentucky, beat the long roll upon his drum which called the regiment into its first line of battle. He was with us carrying his drum at the head of the regiment through all the marches and raids in Kentucky and Tennessee until we reached the town of Castalian Springs. Here in December he was taken sick with a scrofulous infection, on account of which on January 5, 1863, he was discharged. The whirligig of time brings great changes. This drummer boy, in 1862, is the governor of North Dakota in 1892.